Hello everybody, I am Pastor Jester, and welcome back. Let's start off talking about the Tyra Banks show. This past Halloween, Tyra Banks had a couple of guests on that thought they were vampires. They actually thought they were vampires. Well, it's refreshing to know that there's a group of individuals out there that the sci-fi convention losers can make fun of. Yeah. I wear a stormtrooper outfit 4 weekends out of the year, but these vampires actually think they're vampires 24/7, 365. You bunch of losers. I'm willing to bet that these female vampires will chug down a gallon of goat's blood and not think twice while doing so, but yet they still won't swallow a mouthful of their man's nut loogie unless there's a carrot or more being handed to them in a velvet box. I could be wrong about that one. I recently forced a female vampire to perform oral sex on me at Cross Point. That was different. Let's talk about Oprah. Have you noticed recently that Oprah has been gaining all of her weight back? And you can tell that her ego can't quite take it the way it used to anymore. I'm not sure if you've been able to notice recently, but many of Oprah's female guests have been just as or fatter than she is. I tell you what, Oprah, you better hurry up and pinch it off, or the only female guests that will be left for you to have on are going to be either Sally Struthers or one of my ex-girlfriends. Have you noticed that Oprah's ratings? Her ratings have recently been declining. What's that? What do you mean? What are you talking about? You don't want to watch a 1-hour infomercial with commercials? How dare you? I was recently, this past Christmas, at a Circuit City, and I noticed they had a DVD. They had one DVD that had 4 different Steven Seagal movies on it. Are you fucking kidding me? I cannot speak for you, but I'd rather watch 8 hours of third trimester abortion footage. What's that? You want to watch Under Siege 2? Well, don't mind me. I'm going to be back over here trying to dry sodomize your pit bull. Don't you have a channel that shows people tearing the heads off of kittens or something? I'd rather teabag an alligator, alright? You know what I'd rather do? Now this is extreme here. I would rather eat out Rosie O'Donnell on a 110-degree day after she spent an entire week not showering, and she made a conscious effort that entire week to wipe her butthole from back to front. The only way I'll agree to watch a Steven Seagal movie is if you can promise me he is the surprise, unexpected star of a snuff film. I will be there for that. Back to Rosie O'Donnell. Let's talk about Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump. I miss them bickering back and forth. But you know what? During this whole ordeal, I never could decide who to side with. Do I side with the egotistic, arrogant prick who's declared bankruptcy every 7 years since he was 7? Or do I side with the know-it-all, suicide on the eyes pig who eats exclusively at Skipper's? I never could decide. I tell you what though, they should have made these two fuck out their differences at gunpoint. There's a visual that'll have you putting down the fork and pushing yourself away from the dinner table. Excuse me. Whew. I used to be a traveling salesman, and bi-weekly I would make a stop in Mexico City. I would stay at the same hotel in the same room every single time. I got to know the lady that would clean my room for me. So after about 4 or 5 visits, we started having sex. But I would notice, after I would blast inside of her and pull out, her vagina would get 3 times its normal size and she'd get irritated down there. So I came up with a nickname for her. I started calling her Cuntswella. Yes, you can clean my room now, Cuntswella. And then wash my bird. One more thing before we go.
A tragedy in Hollywood. John Travolta's son, Jett Travolta, passed away of a seizure. What's sad about this whole thing is that the Travoltas refused to put him on medication. A medication that would kept the seizures at bay. Because the Travoltas are members of Scientology and don't believe in taking medications. Well, you know what they say in the good book? Before the grace of L. Ron Hubbard, go I. Thank you very much. I am Pastor Jester.